Footy in our backyard, you're probably best to ask our neighbours for a proper answer, I guess.
A lot of fun times to be had, a lot of competitions and plenty of tears.
It was quite wild. Mum and Dad used to have to work full time, so generally there was no rules.
Well, there wasn't too many umpire decisions in the backyard. It was all left up to fair play. If it was 2-on-2, it would depend if the twins wanted to bully us.
Adam and myself being 4 years older than Joel and Scott, we did have a bit of an advantage.
To their credit, they put up a good show. They always had tenacity and fight, and if they went down swinging.
I used to be the bleeder growing up, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Joel hit the big time, it was him almost frequently every single week.
Well, I was hoping the bandages wouldn't come up at all.
I would like to think that us Selwood brothers helped soften Joel's skin a bit over the years in the 90s and the early 2000s. So by the time he got to the AFL, he was pretty easy to open up.
I think it must be the moisturiser that his wife gets him to use these days that makes him open up a little bit easier.
He's been split open. That is a massive gash.
Well, I don't think it sits too comfortably with us passing the Danaher's.
You sort of pinch yourself a little bit to consider, the Danaher brothers, as we were growing up, were idols for us. And as four boys growing up in Bendigo, we could relate to, I guess, their journey.
It's the only record I hold, so that's the first thing, which is great. But to share it with my brothers, knowing how much work and effort they've put in to their football and the careers that they're able to have is wonderful.
There's no real good way to answer this because there's a clear favourite. I think Joel's carried a pretty heavy backpack for us to achieve this record.
Selwood, and the kick is good!
It's going to be hard to argue that Joel has won the most premierships, played the most games.
Well, I would sit on the fence and say that the best Selwoods are Marie and Bryce Selwood, my parents.
If I had to go to the draft, I would pick my mother as number one, and I'd even be happy with number two, and that would be Dad, of course.
To know that my debut happened near on 20 years ago and they're still rolling up to the football as if, it's all new to them, and the energy they provide is just incredible. And we've got a lot to thank, a lot to live up to, and this record is really for them, I think. They've invested so much, and without a mum and dad's support, we would have never played one game between the four of us.